For some perspective on the Kavanaugh confirmation and more, we turn to Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief of The Hill. Bob, good morning.
Good morning.
When the dust clears after this vote, after this brutal 88-day nomination process, where's our government going to be, do you think?
I mean, I think this was one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. I've been covering politics for 25 years. You knew it was going to get ugly, but I didn't think it would get this ugly. And both sides are really blaming the other. They agree we've hit rock bottom, but they're saying, well, it's because of them.
Yeah.
You know, Paula just mentioned it, this idea of the midterms and what this does for both Republicans and Democrats and sort of igniting those groups to go out and vote. Going into the midterms, have we ever seen a midterm election with this much scrutiny and this much focus on how many people will be out to vote?
No. In the last midterm in 2014, only 36% of people showed up. That was the lowest in 7 decades. 2018 is going to be very different. I think both sides, especially the left, but also the right now, very engaged. I think this is going to be the closely watched midterm, and a lot of people are going to show up at the polls.
Even though it's a month away and that news cycle we see constantly changing.
Yes, but I think this vote yesterday and today, it's historic. People are going to remember it, and they're going to show up at the polls one way or the other.
How intense was the pressure on those red state Democrats?
Oh, it was tough. I mean, this was a nightmare scenario for them because either way they can't win. They're in tough re-elections like Joe Manchin, Heidi Heitkamp. Manchin votes yes, Heitkamp votes no. So this, I think, in a way, helps the Senate Republican majority because of the map. There are a lot of red state Democrats who are up. However, it hurts House Republicans and their majority because those are a lot of swing districts, suburban districts. This doesn't play well.
Well, how do you think it affects the midterms at this point? Because, I mean, the sense going into this battle on the Hill was that there was momentum on the Democrats' side. But then you started to see some numbers that suggested there was Republican momentum because of this battle.
Yeah.
Where do we left here, do you think?
Well, I mean, the polls are pretty even. Basically, this united the Republican Party, even the Republicans who don't like Trump. So I think it just gets the engagement level up. Overall, I think that Republicans had to win this. Otherwise, the base would have been deflated. But Democrats say, listen, this helps us big time, and this is going to cause... I mean, Democrats haven't showed up to vote in a midterm since 2006. I think this is going to be different.
You know, we hear so much talk over the last week, and we've heard it about this idea. It is supposed to be that someone on the Supreme Court is nonpartisan. But now you look at a vote like this, and people are talking about the idea that it isn't 60 votes. You just need that one extra vote. So has this process become partisan in that regard, that you don't have to sort of find a Supreme Court nominee that's in the middle?
Absolutely. I mean, this has changed forever. I mean, let's say the Democrats win the Senate, okay, and there's another opening on the Supreme Court. Chuck Schumer is not going to allow that nomination to come to the floor.
Well, we saw this with Merrick Garland
yes,
earlier.
that's right.
The same way. We just see it back and forth.
And the Democrats were the first to change the nomination process from 60 to 50, and Republicans then did it for the Supreme Court. So this is just an ugly, ugly process that I don't think is going to be changing anytime soon.
And there's a lot to mull over here. You have women voters, you have conservative voters. I'm just curious, the average voter out there, what lessons have been learned here?
Well, I think America lost in this debate. I mean, I just think it was a really low point for politics, and I think that even though a lot of people are going to show up, I think the average voter is why does this have to be so contentious? The independent voter, but the base, they know they were engaged, and that's why they're going to be engaged in a month.
All right, Bob Cusack, thank you very much.
Thank you.